Hey there, I want you to imagine something with me for a moment. Picture a calm morning. The sun is just starting to rise, filling the sky with soft orange and pink colors. You can hear the birds chirping in the distance. But there's one bird, a sparrow, that stands out. Now, what if that sparrow only had one thought in its little mind? Just one. In our busy lives, it feels like we have 100 things running through our minds all the time, right? We're constantly juggling thoughts, responsibilities, and worries. But what if the secret to feeling more at peace, finding clarity, and even just feeling a little bit happier was to focus on just one thing at a time? To be fully in the moment, without distractions? Today, I want to share a story with you. It's a simple story that holds a deep lesson. It's about the power of a single thought and how it can completely change the way we live. So, here's the story. There was once a sparrow living in a peaceful little village. Every day, it would fly around, hopping from one tree to the next, singing its sweet song. The villagers loved hearing it. The bird's song made their mornings just a little brighter. One day, the sparrow noticed something. A young boy was sitting under a tree, looking very serious. His brow was furrowed, and he seemed really deep in thought. The sparrow was curious, so it flew down to get a closer look. The boy didn't notice at first. But after a while, he spoke to himself, saying, "I just can't stop all these thoughts. They keep coming one after another, and before I know it, I've spent the whole day worrying about things that probably won't even happen." The sparrow sat there, watching him. It didn't have those worries. The sparrow's only thought was fly. That was it. It didn't overthink, it didn't worry about tomorrow or about the past. It just flew. As the sparrow took flight, the boy looked up and watched it soar through the sky. Something about the bird's freedom seemed to give him a little peace. Maybe he realized that, just like the sparrow, he didn't need to carry all those thoughts around. So, what can we take away from this little sparrow's simple life? Well, in our own lives, we're often pulled in so many different directions by our thoughts. We worry about the future, we dwell on the past, and we try to solve everything all at once. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, right? But here's the truth the sparrow shows us: clarity comes when we focus on just one thing at a time. Think about it. How many times do you try to do everything at once, only to find yourself feeling more stressed and scattered? It's like we're running around trying to catch up with 100 different things. But what if we focused on just one thing, in the present moment, and gave it our full attention? Think about this: what would happen if you stopped overthinking everything? If you let go of trying to fix everything all at once and just focused on the here and now? Practical tips for focusing on one thought. Here's how we can take that lesson and put it into action in our own lives. 1. Practice mindfulness. Being mindful is all about staying present. It means focusing on what's happening right now. So whether you're eating, walking, or having a conversation with someone, try to give it your full attention. When your mind starts to wander, just gently bring it back to what you're doing. 2. Simplify your goals. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by a huge list of things to do, try simplifying things. Pick one goal to focus on and break it into smaller, manageable steps. Give each step your full attention, and you'll make progress without feeling overwhelmed. 3. Let go of worry. A lot of us spend too much time worrying about things that might never happen. The sparrow doesn't worry about the future, it just trusts that it will find what it needs when it needs it. We can do the same. Let go of that need to control everything, and trust that things will unfold as they should. 4. Take breaks to reflect. Throughout your day, take a few seconds to pause. Take a deep breath. Reflect on what you're doing, and focus on the moment. These small breaks can help you regain clarity and reset your mind. 5. Embrace the present. We can't change the past, and the future is uncertain. The only thing we truly have is right now. So, like the sparrow, embrace this moment fully. Don't worry about what's coming next. Just focus on what you're doing, right here, right now. Now, let's take a moment to think about this. What would happen if you focused on one task at a time? How much energy do you spend worrying about things you can't control? How can you bring more mindfulness into your daily routine? What would it feel like to focus on today, instead of stressing about tomorrow? Now, picture this. What if you practiced this idea of focusing on just one thing? What if, instead of feeling scattered, you embraced each moment with a clear, calm mind? Whether it's a task at work, a conversation, or just taking a walk outside, you can find peace by focusing on that one thing. You'll notice that when you stop trying to juggle 100 things at once, you'll feel lighter, more at ease, and more connected to what's happening around you. As we look back at the sparrow, remember that its simple thought, fly, can teach us something important. In a world that's constantly asking for more of our attention, we have the power to choose where we focus. When things feel overwhelming, just pause. Take a breath. Focus on that one thing, just like the sparrow. And let that single thought guide you to peace. Thanks for spending this time with me. I hope this story has given you a little something to reflect on. Take this lesson with you and see how it can change the way you experience life. Remember, focus on what's important right now and let go of the rest.